Hi, everybody. It's Julia here, Julia Campbell, and I help nonprofits build movements using online tools. I'm really excited that you joined me today. I don't know if you can hear me. I'm using a new microphone, my brand new Yeti mic, which is pretty incredible, but I have zero clue if it's working. So I'm just a team of one. Hopefully it's working. If not, I'll just have to do this whole thing over again. Also, it's 3 o'clock Eastern. My daughter's going to get off the bus in about 20 minutes, so she might bust in on us. But I just wanted to talk to you today about something that I was personally going through because I really thought that it might help others. I thought it might help others. So I don't know if you've experienced this, but a week that by all accounts, you should be feeling pretty great. You should be excited. You should be happy. You should be motivated. But you just, one day, you don't want to show up. And by showing up, I mean showing up in your business or showing up personally. But I'm more talking about showing up really at your organization, because I'm talking to the nonprofit professionals that wear 1,000 hats, have 1,000 responsibilities on their plate, have the passion, have the inspiration, but some days it's just really hard to show up, right? So I completely understand that, because I am a person who loves to give 100%. If I can't give 100 or 110%, then I tend not to do it, and that's fine. So what happened with me was that I just felt like, you know what, I'm just going to bag this whole Facebook Live thing. I'm going to bag it. I'm not going to do it anymore. I don't think anyone cares. You know, I mean, I do get a lot of replays. I get a lot of views, but I don't know if it's helping anybody. I get some comments, some questions, some feedback, but at the end of the day, I just wondered if it was the best use of my time. And I really was feeling frustrated this morning in particular. Especially after getting both my kids ready for school, packing up lunches, getting them both to where they needed to be, coming home, looking at my inbox, all of that. You can all completely sympathize with that. Just too much to do and too little time, right? So then I thought, no, I've made a commitment that no matter what, I'm going to do a Facebook Live every single week. This is my commitment to myself. This is part of my 90-day marketing plan, and I have a 90-day marketing plan on my website for nonprofits, but it's part of my content strategy. It's part of my getting out of my comfort zone, reaching out to my audience, getting to know them, getting to figure out who they are, what content resonates with them, and just getting more comfortable on camera and more comfortable on video, and just really putting myself out there. Because honestly, guys, if I didn't do a Facebook Live, I would be in my pajamas right now, no makeup on. Probably my hair wouldn't be washed. I'd probably be in a dirty t-shirt. And that's completely fine when you have like a newborn baby. But when you're running a professional business, it's hard. So I sat down in my car this morning and I wrote on literally the back of a receipt the 3 things that I was going to do to ensure that I would show up. And I like these 3 things. I'm certainly not a life coach. I'm not a self-help guru, but I'm the kind of person that likes to take risks. And you might not know that about me, and you might not think that about me. But when things get a little bit too comfortable for me, I kind of get itchy. So what's been going on with me lately, and the reason why I didn't want to show up, and the reason why I created this 3-step list, was that things in my business are going well, but I'm a little bit too comfortable. I feel like I'm kind of going through the motions. I need to shake things up a bit. And this is coming from a girl who, when she was looking for a job in Manhattan all those years ago, couldn't find the job that she wanted and decided to move to Africa and live in Africa for 2.5 years with the Peace Corps, with no running water, no electricity, and no English speakers. And yes, that is a real story, and I actually tell it in my book, but I'd be happy to tell it to you sometime. So any more returned Peace Corps volunteers out there, shout out to you, because I know how hard it is. But I was getting too comfortable and I needed a little shakeup. I've done that pretty consistently. So my business, I've been consulting for almost 8 years now, believe it or not. It's pretty crazy. And clearly my business has changed, but I don't know. I'm just feeling I was feeling kind of in a rut. Felt like I wanted to do something new. I wasn't very clear on my message. I felt kind of scattered, and I'm sure you can identify with this. Shiny new object syndrome is my life. Like, I have probably 57 Google Chrome tabs open. I listen to podcasts incessantly. I print out ebooks. I download things. I am a compulsive learner, but I'm not as much an action taker. So that's a lot about me. So how does this apply to you and your organization and, you know, even your nonprofit? So the first thing that I wrote on my literal receipt, this is a Dunkin' Donuts receipt, because I love Dunkin' Donuts. I do love Starbucks too, doesn't matter. Anyway, I'm surprised I don't have my iced coffee next to me. Number one is really, I wanted to figure out what was really going on. So of course we can say, oh, we're overwhelmed, we're stressed, we have an overflowing inbox, we have too many demands on our time, we have a stuffed calendar, we have, you know, bills piling up, we have all, like I just said to you, we have all of these blog posts that we want to read. We have all of these ebooks that we want to read. If you know me, you know that I love Hillary and I've got her book, and I haven't even been able to really read it yet because I've just been so busy. And with busy comes busy at work, but also busy at home. I am with my children pretty much 4 p.m. is like my cutoff for work. And then they're, you know, they're pretty demanding. They're little. I have to make dinner, I have to do all this stuff with them, which is fine. Baths and bedtime, which I really do enjoy and I'm very fortunate to be able to do. But then I can't really start working on my business again until 8. And by that time, my husband is home and then he wants my attention, and it's all fine and everything is wonderful. But you understand that, you know, you can relate to the amount of demands on your time, whether it be a pet or an elderly parent or just a nonprofit where you work 60 hours a week, whatever it is. There seems to be so many demands on your time, and there seems to be just an incessant amount of information flowing at you. So I'm not going to tell you, you know, turn off your email and close all your tabs and turn off the notifications on your phone. I'm not really going to do that. That's not what this is about. I want you, the step number one that I took today was to figure out what was really going on, right? And what was really going on was like what I said before. I'm just feeling a little adrift right now. I need a focus. I need to take my next step. I need to take my next risk. I need to put myself out there. So if you are feeling overwhelmed, especially by technology stress or your to-do list or the amount of things you have going on, look deeper and think about what's really going on. For a lot of us, it's fear. It's like fear of failure. It's fear of taking something else on. But look at what's really, really, really going on beneath the surface, because I'm willing to bet your inbox, that's not what you're really scared of. That's not what's really holding you back, is your inbox. Because at the end of the day, you could just delete all of your emails. I mean, that would probably be terrible, but don't we wish we could do that? So, you know, like I said, not a guru, not a self-help expert, but I really had to sit and think about what was really going on. And then, you know, I'm not going to talk about how I'm going to create a plan to combat it, but I am going to create a plan to do something different, to do something new, to shake it up a little bit, to take a risk. Because when I don't want to show up, it's usually because I'm bored. And seriously, guys, creating content for you and writing emails and writing ebooks and blog posts, I absolutely love to do that stuff, but I hate to do like the admin stuff, you know, answering voicemails and answering emails and balancing my business checkbook and sending invoices. That stuff I hate to do. So I'm going to spend less time on that and more time on the stuff that I really love to do in my business. Okay, number two, my little receipt here. Create a gratitude list. Now, my mom gave me a gratitude journal and I love it. And actually, I've been very remiss because I haven't been filling it in every night, but it does really help. And when I'm talking about gratitude, you honestly can list 2 or 3 things that you're grateful for. And every single day, of course, you're going to say, I'm grateful for my kids. I'm grateful for my health. I'm grateful for this. But it doesn't even have to be that deep. You could be grateful for a pumpkin spice latte. You could be grateful for the change of seasons. You could be grateful that, like, what was I grateful for today? That the line wasn't long at Dunkin' Donuts, something like that. You could be grateful for spin class. You could be grateful for the sun, which is kind of a big, deep one to be grateful for. You could be grateful that you didn't have to change the batteries on your remote, or that your laptop worked this morning. There's so much to be grateful for. So thinking of the things that you're grateful for, specifically pertaining to why you don't want to show up. So I thought about the things in my business that I'm very grateful for. Number one is that I have a hugely supportive family. I have a husband who is amazing and is always supportive and has sort of seen me down every single crazy journey that I've ever wanted to take, especially in my business. I have parents that are absolutely amazing and parents-in-law that are amazing, that will take the kids, that will help me. I live in this wonderful house that I'm able to have a home office in. I have a lot to be grateful for in my business, and it's okay to just not want to show up once in a while, but I can't afford not to show up. I can't afford not to show up, especially on a weekday. I have such limited time to work that's dedicated to work that when I was writing my gratitude list, I was saying, hey, like, me not showing up is a slap in the face to everyone that is supporting me right now. That, you know, paying the daycare provider, the teachers that watch my daughter, my mom, who always picks up my kids, my mother-in-law, you know, my husband who is going to come home tonight and ask me, hey, like, what happened? How many webinar signups did you get? Like, what happened? You know, how many blog posts did you get? Those kinds of things. So I reframed it a little bit and really got in the mindset of thinking about how I should be grateful to be doing everything that I'm doing. And that brings me to number 3. So number 3, I don't know who created this mindset shift. I listen to so many blog posts, you guys. I read books like crazy, business books, mindset books, self-help books, productivity books. And sometimes I get certain nuggets that I remember. And this one I will always remember. So write down a list of maybe 5 or 6 things that you have to do. So for me, it was like, oh, I have to pack for a camping weekend. Oh, I have to pick up the dry cleaning. I have to go food shopping. I have to answer this email. I have to write this sales page, and I have to get this back to a client. So those were maybe the 5 or 6 things that I have to do today. And then you reframe it and you say, I get to pick up the dry cleaning, because you know what? I have the money to pay for dry cleaning. I have a car that can get me to dry cleaning. I have items of dry cleaning that I can wear to fun events. So if you reframe it like I get to complete this project for a client. It's not I have to, it's I get to. I'm fortunate enough to be able to do all the things on my to-do list. That is so hard to do every single day, especially if it's something like, oh my God, I have to call this donor. I have to deal with this unruly board member. I have to do this IT upgrade. But if you can reframe it in that way of I get to, I'm lucky to, then I think that it will help you take your to-do list and, sort of combat that anxiety and overwhelm maybe. So those are my 3 things. Number 1, look at what's really going on, tackle what's really going on. It's not the technology. The technology is a red herring. It's not the people you work with, right? What is really going on? Is it apathy? Is it an itch to do something else? Is it just like you have a feeling in your gut that this isn't right? What is really going on? And then, then you can work on a plan to really tackle that. Number 2, gratitude first. Only pick 2 to 3 things. You don't want to write a laundry list of everything you're thankful for. I am so thankful for every single thing in my life, but you know, maybe it's just this amazing Yeti mic that looks super cool and is hopefully working. And I assume you'd be telling me if you couldn't hear me. Or maybe it's just being thankful for the rainfall, which we had today, which I kind of really like rain. So I'm a goth girl at heart. But just thinking of some simple things that you're thankful for. Then number 3, reframing I have to, oh my God, I have to do all these things into I get to, I am privileged to, I want to, I am lucky to. So those are really my 3 tips for you. And I hope you got a lot out of this. If you have anything else to add, anything that you do that can get you out of the doldrums, get you out of the, you know, the times when you just don't want to show up, any tips and tricks that you have, I would be welcome to hear. I just created these 3 today and thought that it might work. It might work for people. So please write those in the comments. Feel free to email me. And as always, I'm at julia@jcsocialmarketing.com. You didn't get to see my daughter. She'll be home in 5 minutes. So I'm going to get to clean up a little bit before she comes home. I hope you all have a great weekend. And thank you so much for being with me today. And I really hope you have a great weekend. All right. Take care. Bye.